So typically I have a training group and we usually try to work out together. We usually have, everyone has their own strengths and weaknesses. My weakness is the start. I train with 4 other guys who have great starts. One Olympian from Canada, Olympian from Britain, another Olympian from the US, and another guy, he's not an Olympian, but he still has a great start. So pretty much my natural gift is one of my biggest assets. When I step on the track, I have speed endurance. I run a 200-meter dash, consists of 1 curve and 1 straight. I'm usually trailing on the turn, on straightaway. You watch me shoot down the straight like a missile. So my main focus, if I want to come home with a medal, will be trying to stay closer off the turn. So I need to work on my start. If it's a race day, we're at the track or in the hotel leading to the track, I usually like to watch races before I run. I'll go back and watch some of my best races and my worst. I like to watch the races where they have the finish line, the photo, where they have like the different numbers. You'll see like where 19.7 is, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and I try to see how close I am to actually running one of those times. Once I've done that, I see how far I am my way. I like to go back in that race and figure out, okay, what could I have done better to run faster that day? And then once we get to the track, I'm the guy you usually don't want to be around because I'm the guy who's joking and laughing and having fun. A lot of guys get nervous and they get really serious. It's about 10 minutes before my race to see me serious, but I don't understand why people get nervous. I get nervous at practice. There's no one there watching, and coach will tell you have like 6 efforts. You got to run repeats. When you get to the meet, there's people watching, cheering for you. They're screaming your name, and you only have to run once. I mean, that's fun. I don't get it. I love it. I try to eat somewhat healthy before a race. Usually we're in the village. They bring chefs in from around the world, so you have different types of food from around the world. I try to stick to pasta. I'm going to try to stay away from fried foods. I'm not Usain Bolt, and I do not eat 20 chicken nuggets before I break world records. The first thing I'm doing when I finish running, after I get my medal and come home and do my parades and get the key to the city from the mayor, I'm going to get a Cinnabon, and the big one with extra icing. I'm not sharing it. Don't ask me for any. You can't have it. It's mine. You can't have them. No, it's mine. I got it. Whole thing. Well, growing up, as a child, I'm pretty sure everyone can admit to this. When you're younger, you don't really stretch. You had an on and an off switch. So when it was time to play, no one told you, go out there and do your warm-up, touch your toes and stretch. It was just, let's go. Even through college, I'll admit, I didn't have the best warm-up routine. I went out there and just kind of played it by ear. In my older age, 27, I'm realizing that when I wake up, if I don't exactly warm up and cool down like I'm supposed to, you feel it that next day. And you can't afford to take days off due to lack, of just basic fundamental exercises. So I'll go out there, and I got hurt last year. I went to St. Vincent's in Indianapolis. They taught me some dynamic stretches, dynamic warm-up. I'm moving. It's not a lot of static movements now. So everything is key to my sport. Everything I'm doing right now pertains to a different movement, or a different action of how I'm going to compete. So I'm definitely taking that very serious nowadays, seeing how injuries can either make or break you. And I have no idea what it feels like to put that gold medal around my neck, but I tell you what, I'm hoping to find out. 2008, it was very unfortunate what happened. I had great chances of actually coming home with a medal. I crossed the line third. I did probably 350 meters out of 400 meters of my victory lap. And Usain Bolt's agent told me I was disqualified. I looked up and I was heartbroken. I went through the whole appeal process. They showed me where I actually stepped in line. They told me the rules, and I just had to deal with it. From that day, I knew what I had to do. I had to come back and redeem myself. I felt like I let myself down. I let everyone who had anything to do with me being at that level, as far as like medically, my strength coaches, my regular coach, my family for support. I feel like I let them down. So, going into 2012, there's a lot of pressure on me. It's not bad pressure to actually, sometimes athletes feel like you have to do things last minute to succeed. I know it's bad. Some people call it procrastination, but as an athlete, we call it our sport. But I feel like I have a point to prove, and I've been training extremely hard to go out and actually come home with a medal. It's one thing to make the team. That's a great accomplishment for most. Very few actually come home with a medal, gold, silver, or bronze. Of course, I'm aiming for that gold, but at the end of the day, I just want to come home with a medal. An individual event. It'd be great to come home with the relay medal, but I want that individual event. Growing up, I looked up to my father. He ran track and field. Some of his competitors I looked up to were like Michael Johnson. I think I'm most similar to Frankie Fredericks. Frankie Fredericks has probably been in a good 6 or 7 world record races, even though he never broke one himself. But I mean, he was always in the mix. And if you ask Michael Johnson will tell you himself that was one of his favorite people to compete against. And he always showed up. And he was just a stone cold competitor. I feel like I've been around since '05. I've made every team except for last year when I was injured. I look forward to keep the streak going. Michael Johnson and Frankie Fredericks have the most sub-20s in history. I think I'm 2 behind. I have 22. Michael Johnson has 23. Frankie Fredericks has 24. So me and both are tied at 22. So this year's gonna be a record-breaking year, one way or another.